entrepreneurship is to make a meaning to the society and contribute to the nation and plus making money of course. So I believe, what I strongly believe is entrepreneurship is a needle to power, and getting a job rather than taking one, providing 10 jobs rather than taking one is a better option in serving the nation, serving the society. Plus, this makes the country grow even faster, and the rate at which we are growing entrepreneurship is really was our.
I totally acknowledge your point. So once said by Bill Gates, I am not a topper of the university, but today all the university toppers are willing to be my part, my organization's part. That was the power of entrepreneurship. Each and every person who rules the world or is on the top of this industry is an entrepreneur. J.D. Ratan Tata, Ambani, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, they all were entrepreneurs. They innovated.
I would like to contradict my friend here. I think it is more important to get a job first, get some experience. It is not just about the classroom study that we have done over a period of graduation. What is important before going or stepping into the unknown territory is that we have some experience. We have the understanding, the basic understanding of the market, the target customers, and the understanding of how the market works. So I think I would like to support the issue that jobs should be prepared before starting a new venture.
Yeah, sure. I think that jobs definitely are a big part of our society. If you are being very pragmatic, in India, entrepreneurship is not very attractive of an option. If we are talking about Western countries like America and Europe, there is a lot of support given in universities itself that they promote entrepreneurship and they teach the students how to lead from there. Like leadership is taught there, but in our institute like IITs and IIMs, and engineering colleges like ours, we are actually taught, to follow rules and steps. So we are not mentally prepared to lead the person.
We need to change our mentality. That's what you're saying. That's a really good point. But what we need to do here is we need to see the difference between America, Europe, and these countries, and the Indian and Southern Indian continent. That's why we lag behind, because we don't take initiative, we don't push the why, and then we start with the venture.
I cannot agree, because we cannot compare ourselves with the other countries. With such a huge population that our country has got, not every one of us can afford to be entrepreneurs. We need to get people to do jobs. And there are even people who are not doing anything. So you not just open a small shop in our street and calling employers to entrepreneur. So we need to promote yourself, such a huge population to have to do jobs.
But it's not like we have in this school that in India there is a certain rule that is followed. As soon as we pass a graduation, we go for jobs. But we have to come up with new things. If you have the patience to do something new, surely you will start your innovation.
Is not for educated seems. I mean, let's be practical. How many of us are able to, we don't have the financial support to, start a venture right away. We need money, and we need some. I mean, the idea needs to be, out of the box, really big, and not everyone has the. I make a point over here. The government is really willing to give the financial aid required for budding engineers for small ventures. We had a program just now in our college named as NEC. The MSME is really willing to give the financial aid, and let me make a point that history favors the brave. Unless you take risk, you won't be able to really flourish in the society. And to take risk, you can take an option of starting up a venture, taking, like you mentioned, kirana store. Set up a kirana store in your locality. Take your turnover to 1 lakh. Take that 1 lakh and start another venture in another society. Build up a chain over there. Kirana store, you can make that thing chain.
That's a totally different thing. The thing you said about the population. If the person is going to take up a job, who's going to provide that job for them? That's one thing. The other thing is, when you see that government is not supporting, the banks are there for that. And the
Like
government
nowadays,
itself.
government has started supporting. Narendra Modi has come up with a plan and he's supporting
So
us.
you asking us to take a loan, but what about the loan we have already took for our study? What about that?
Actually not in a position to take risks. They first have to make themselves stable so that they can take risks further.
And if you have the potential to do something, government is providing you with plans.
Not everyone has the potential to take risks.
A big business is not on the foundation of big money. It's on the foundation of big idea. That's what we have to start with.
So I think it's very easy to talk superficially, but you know how many of us actually come up with the idea and implement it?
You have the idea to do policy.
Because see, out of the box thinking, that's what we need right now, and that's
Just
just.
an out of box thinking cannot help. Because we
Because
cannot
I
get
don't
jobs.
agree with her, because we need to think practically. Even if a person who's trying to start a new venture is risk taking enough, but there also comes the practical issues like the capital, the resource that is required for starting something new, starting something, thinking about something out of the box, is starting and turning that dream into reality, and it does take a lot of efforts. Also the capital and the resources as well. And the kind of education that we are getting right now.
Just go by the line, just go from the word. If you want to climb the success of the ladder of success, you cannot climb that with your hands in the pocket.
Definitely, but we need to
Exactly, you have to put your potential, you have to come with new ideas. Certainly society will
But what I'm trying to say is that we cannot overlook the possibility of failure. We cannot overlook it straight away. We have to take it into consideration. I'm not saying that we cannot start.
failure will always
Definitely, we should not let it dominate it.
I would like to quote someone over here. Once Nelson Mandela said, anything which has been done was not realized until and unless it was done. And I don't think any of the time that Dhirubhai Ambani, a petrol distributing boy, petrol pump, ever had the financial aid or the resources that he wanted to build such a big empire of land.
Sure, that's good.
He never had it, but he had the guts, he had the power, confidence, he had the zeal of going into the industry and doing what he wanted to do. And today we have an industry that actually employs one of the finest engineers or corporates or the MBA person and gives job to millions. Millions. We have Mukesh Ambani being the top 5 richest person in the world, belonging to the same group.
Population that our country, India has, then from my personal belief and views, I think that going for a job just after graduation is a better option rather than going for entrepreneurship, because work also helps us to build networks. Apart from that, it also helps us to understand whether we have really decided the career, whether the career choice that we have selected is right or not. If ever we think that it is not the right path, it is not as stimulating as something else that we might want to go into, then we can always switch. We can always change our mind and switch to something that does stimulate us. And we can always put our energy and time into that. But work experience definitely does help to understand how the actual things work in the industry. What are the demands of the customers? What are the needs of the market and the industry? So I definitely would support the issue of that. Job should be available.
you are an entrepreneur, you don't get to know, I mean, if you take a failure, you already have lost a lot.
We always in our lives. We always stability.
That's true. That's one fact that we all want stability in the life, but we need to go the balance. We talk about practicality, we talk about practical scenario, and then we say that either do just job and don't switch to entrepreneurship, or just do entrepreneurship and forget about jobs just after this, just after this.
Actually, I think you're misunderstanding the notion of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not only starting up our own venture. Entrepreneurship actually means to innovate. You being in a job can innovate, can work for your boss in an entrepreneurial way.
Yeah, that's why
You cannot just confine entrepreneurship to starting up a new venture.
We do not usually get so much freedom that we
Why
are
if you are a project manager in a project, you have complete freedom of redefining the way that project will get.
So that's not entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship.
Why?
Yeah, there's a term for that, entrepreneurship. It means that when you innovate in your own company. When we talk about my own opinions about entrepreneurship is that there is a big disparity in India, specifically if we are talking about our country. We get so many motivating things in Western countries like Steve Jobs and good stuff. I really think that it's a very attractive thing to do. I want to innovate and geniuses should innovate and strive for that. But if we talk about companies like Flipkart and Snapdeal that have been that are CEOs from IITs, right? They have become entrepreneurship, they have done entrepreneurship and they have studied, they have degrees from IITs. Chetan Bhagat, he has taken risk and he has become a successful author, but he has degree from IIT. That's what I'm arguing about, that if you have a degree from not an IIT, so do we have the courage or do we have the support from companies? They want
That basic advantage of entrepreneurship is you don't need a big educational background, you don't need vocational training. A person who speaks in Dekhati language can grow and become a great entrepreneur. For example, you don't have linguistic barrier over the capability.
But we have this example.
I don't think we have an example of entrepreneurs in our college itself. Those students who started that journey.